Hey everybody, welcome. And if you've watched my live streams in the past, I'm Adam Biggers, and I'm going to be talking about Michigan football. So read my stuff at Saturday Tradition. That's at Tradition on Twitter, SaturdayTradition.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at Adam Biggers81. Tonight I have a really special guest, Sean McKeon, former Michigan tight end, now playing with the Dallas Cowboys. Taking a little bit of time out of a busy week. You guys got a big game coming up, Thanksgiving. Taking time out of a busy week. So, Sean, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
First things first. Dallas, Washington football team. That two of the biggest names in all of football. What's it like going into that rivalry game? And you participated in one of the biggest rivalries in college football too. So, you're going from biggest rivalry in college football to arguably biggest rivalry in NFL football. What's that like?
Yeah, there's definitely a different feel in the locker room, and leading up to those rivalry games, and it's kind of the same in the NFL as it was in college, where guys are putting in the extra effort, the extra preparation, the extra just doing whatever they can to get ready for the game.
What has the season been like you? I know the entire NFC East, that's been kind of it's a race, I guess, to see who wants it most. What has this season been like for you? What have you learned about yourself as a rookie?
Yeah, it's definitely been kind of a learning curve, especially coming in as a rookie, and not having OTAs, not having rookie mini camp, having a shortened camp, and no preseason game. So you definitely had to catch up fast, and just learning the playbook and everything like that. It's been a grind for sure, but I think it's starting to click a little more now. Having some experience in games, so just trying to build off that and keep the momentum going.
And, about three quarters into the way of the season here, have you learned it or noticed anything different about yourself as opposed to just week one? How much of a progression is it really during your rookie year?
Yeah, you kind of figure out, you kind of develop your own routine, the NFL routine. It's a little different in college. Not having to go to class and kind of having meetings all day and then practice and, really being in the facility from about 6:30 to 5 every day. So, just trying to develop a routine around that and, taking care of your body, especially getting massages on your own, doing extra treatment away from the facility and to stay fresh. And yeah, our coaches are really big on film study and watching your iPad at home and preparing for the opponent on your own. So just kind of making a schedule to do all of that in your day.
Switch gears here, just kind of a personal question. What was the first thing you did? You're fresh in the NFL. That's obviously got to be an exciting feeling for you and your family. What was the first thing you did? Were there any like big major purchases? You treat yourself a little bit. What do?
Um, yeah, I bought a truck, so I guess that was kind of my big purchase after I got signed. So um, yeah, I bought a gaming PC recently, so that was a little expensive, and but yeah, that's kind of it. And then I had to buy furniture for my apartment and decorate that and whatnot. So I haven't been spending too much money trying to save it and keep it in the bank account.
Is it a surreal experience? Very few, less than 1% of people who've ever played football make it to the level you're at. Do you ever kind of just stop and think? I know that you're a rookie, but just being able to soak it all in and tell yourself like, wow, I played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I tell myself every day, I'm really living the dream. Ever since I started playing football when I was 7, I've wanted to play in college, to play in the NFL. So it's really a dream come true, and just really blessed and honored to be able to be on the Dallas Cowboys and play every Sunday.
Well, and like I mentioned earlier, I mean, if we want to talk about, a college team that's always the focal point of the media, regardless of what's going on. Michigan's always kind of, in that group of schools that just gets constant coverage. I mean, you're playing for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, what is that pressure like going from, you were with Michigan, that's a program that's got a lot of eyes on it, to America's team. What's the
Yeah, I mean,
pressure at all?
yeah, I think playing in Michigan, there's definitely a lot of pressure on players, on coaches to to perform, to win games, to compete for that Big Ten championship. So I think that was hard for me to deal with my freshman and sophomore year playing, and you really just learn to kind of tune out the media. To you don't go on Twitter looking at all the media outlets. You don't go on Instagram or whatever, and just avoiding all the negative comments and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it doesn't really affect you. It doesn't really do anything for you seeing that. And just playing relaxed and just playing your game and not letting the pressure get to you.
What's worse, college or NFL media?
Well, you know, I play a little bit, but I'm not starting or anything yet, so I haven't had too much media about me, I think. I don't know, but so right now I'd have to say Michigan for sure.
Ask you a quick, what, obviously Dak, the injury, that's a big thing. I mean, what's your relationship with, your quarterback? I know Jordan Lewis is there. I mean, can you kind of tell us about some personal relationships you have with teammates?
Yeah, I think everyone in the locker room for the Cowboys is a really great guy, and they open everyone in with welcome arms into our family. And so there was no rookie hazing or anything like that, or talent show or whatever costume contest. So they're just all about football, and if you earn the right to get the star in your helmet, then you're welcome in, and that's kind of just part of our culture. And um, I have a lot of good friends on the team already. Some of the rookies I came in with. All the tight ends in the tight end room really welcomed me in and tried to help me out in camp, and still during the season, still trying to help me out with stuff. So yeah, everyone's been really friendly, super nice, and I'm really really blessed to be on this team.
Anything with Jordan Lewis? You guys have kind of a different bond because you both went to Michigan, or what's that like?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely helped me out when I first got here with with stuff around Dallas and Frisco, and gave me some good advice. So it's definitely good to have a guy you know from school that you can go and ask for help if you ever need anything.
I want to shift to Michigan a little bit, and I mean, I feel like there this season, and I don't even know how far I want to go into that. I want to focus on just the ability, uh, regardless of the win or loss. I mean, Harbaugh has proven that his Michigan program is putting guys in the NFL. There's a ton of you guys in the NFL right now. I think it was Michigan's 2016 draft class was its biggest NFL draft class ever. Uh,
Yeah.
how did Harbaugh prepare you? How did Michigan prepare you for the NFL?
Well, especially on the offensive side, we've always used pro mechanics in our offense, whether it was the Pep Hamilton and Tim Drevno offenses, which is more under center, pro style, kind of a lot of 12 and 21 personnel. So being in that system where you have like kills to different plays at the line, that's a lot of what we do in the NFL. So just being able to hear that in the huddle and kind of digest a huddle call, it's not easy at times. Some of them get pretty long. So I think just experiencing that in Michigan, and now they have the spread offense, but they still use a lot of pro concepts and schemes in that spread offense. So I think just the coaching staff that at Michigan on the offensive side of the ball, they've done a great job, and I think they really prepared me well to play tight end in the NFL, playing in the Michigan offense. So it was definitely a great experience for me there.
What are some things like from your position coach specifically, like Jay at one time, Sharon? What were some of the things that they were saying with you? Were you having the hey NFL's a definite possibility talk? Or was that even in the discussion? Do they talk about that kind of stuff with you?
Yeah, I definitely would talk about it with Coach Moore my senior year. Just trying to prepare even more. To go to the NFL after the season in practices and just really trying to perfect my technique and just play really well on Saturdays and try to get some exposure and attention from NFL scouts. So I think Sharon definitely helped a lot with my game overall, and I'm really thankful for him. Definitely.
So was there ever? I mean, is there a story or two that kind of sticks out as far as something that you really remember?
Yeah, I think maybe my first touchdown my senior year against Middle Tennessee on that seam ball. I broke two tackles and scored, and I think I remember him saying, that's an NFL play right there. That's plays we have to make, on a consistent basis to really help our team and prove that we can make those plays at the next level.
I want to shift gear a little bit to this current Michigan team, and I know that you're busy with practice yourself, but I mean um, so you probably don't have time to necessarily keep tabs on everything they're doing, but Cade McNamara, Joe Milton. Uh, what do you make of? I don't know if you're aware, but it sounds like Cade's going to be the starter now. Joe started 5 games. How do you assess both of those guys? I mean, what did you see out of them? During practices.
Yeah, I think just Michigan's offense, it puts a lot on the quarterback. Everything kind of runs through him, whether it's reading RPOs or reading coverages and making the right reads, and even in the read option game. So there's a lot on their plate, and I think you could see that last year with Shea. He kind of struggled in the beginning with the new offense, and then kind of took off in the second half of the season. So I think Cade just I saw a little bit of the Rutgers game. I think he looks a little more comfortable in the offense right now, and he's making good throws and making good decisions. So it'll be interesting to see what they do going forward.
What were your impressions? Because I mean, obviously you're running with the one, so maybe you're not catching balls from Cade all the time. But I mean, was there ever a time where Cade was throwing to you?
Yeah, I definitely caught some passes from all the quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, like kind of like on a regular basis. I mean, do you have any kind of extended practice experience with Cade?
No, not really. It's mostly with the starter at the time, trying to, get those reps that we're gonna run in the game
Were you
together.
now
So
during your time at Michigan? This was never a move that Harbaugh would make. He rode with a starter. Were you surprised, kind of that it looks like now they're shifting in the direction with Cade?
well, I think they just needed a spark. Losing a couple games in a row, and we didn't really have that a lot when I played in Michigan. Um, with the losing record, but I think the team just needed a spark in the Rutgers game, and I think Cade came in and was that spark. So, going forward, just seeing if he can continue to play like that and keep this Michigan offense scoring.
Mich- the entire time you were there, before you were there, Michigan's always seemed to have pretty solid tight end group. What's your assessment of this year's tight end group?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know Nick was hurt for a couple games to start the year, but I think he's doing a good job. He's making some plays. I saw he had a touchdown, a couple catches last game. So, um, I think Eric Hall's done a good job. I know he had a couple drops, but that'll come. He'll become more comfortable in games, and he's a young guy, so a little nervous. Nerves get you sometimes, but you know he he'll be fine. He's going to be a really good player, I think, in my opinion. And I think Luke Schoonmaker, another young guy, is going to be a really good player as well.
What is it like as a player, like coming into coming into college? And not you made the jump college to NFL, but I mean going high school to college, and not only college, major Division One, or going to Michigan. I mean, is that kind of maybe a guy gets in his own head a little bit too much? Do you think maybe that's kind of the case with some of this?
Yeah, that can happen, and it's a big jump going with the speed of play from high school to college, and especially depending where you played in high school, what part of the country, what the competition level is, and there's definitely an adjustment to game speed and how fast windows open and close, and you're open 1 second, you're covered the next, so it just takes some getting used to for sure, and just training your reaction time, kind of just slowing down the game for yourself eventually.
What's it like as a player? When your coach is publicly criticized. I mean, Harbaugh had a little bit of criticism here and there when you were there, but it's really ramped up, obviously, at the end of last year and this year. And there's all kinds of rumors and speculation, and everybody putting in their 2 cents. I mean, I guess uh, what do you make of it just on the outside looking in, and then B, what's it like for a player, when all this stuff's kind of just being thrown at their coach?
Yeah, it's definitely not something you like as a player. That's your coach, that's your guy. You've been with him for a long time, and he recruited you in. So there's definitely a lot of loyalty to your coach, and you don't want to see him leave. And I think the players um, really want to play for Harbaugh, and don't want him to go. Um, so I think hopefully he can get it turned around, and kind of put some of the fan chatter to rest.
Does Jim change? Because I mean, I feel like during the press conferences, sometimes it's hard to get a read on the guy. I'll be honest with you, but I feel like sometimes you can sense when maybe he's a little. You can sense when he's irritated, but I don't know. I don't know the right word for it. But does he let that come through? I mean, do you guys notice that, or did you guys notice that? Last year when some of this criticism started uh, firing up, did you guys get a sense like that it got to him at all?
No, I don't think so. I think he's a great leader, and he always kind of inspired us, and led us in a way that we wouldn't have known the difference. So um, I think he definitely doesn't let it affect him. I think it just makes him want to work harder to get better.
Your favorite Harbaugh story? I'm sure you got to have a few. I mean, you were there for 5 years. What is your most memorable Jim Harbaugh moment?
Um, I I really like. I think Wilton already talked about it, but the nervous bird story is pretty funny. He would go to great lengths to get a night steakhouse steaks cooked for us every pregame meal, and there would be chicken there, but he would never grab it on his plate. And when Wilton asked him why he doesn't eat chicken, and he said because it's a nervous bird. I thought that was pretty funny.
Now I remember. Geez, what was this Harbaugh story? It's slipping my mind, and I'm gonna remember it. But I mean, there's it was during a press conference, and he asked, I forgot what the question was, and his reply was something about, what if worms had machine guns? Do you remember that? You were there during this time. His reply was, what if worms had machine guns?
Uh, yeah, I don't remember that one, but that sounds like something he would say.
Yeah, I mean that's, and I guess everybody's kind of got their. I'm sure all of you guys have different Harbaugh stories, but I mean that's just the kind of guy he is, right? He just marches to his own tune.
Yeah, no
He's
doubt.
in Jim. Not that it's a bad thing, but he kind of just lives in his. It's the world as Jim sees it, I guess. Would that be an accurate term to use?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, Sean, I really appreciate your time tonight. Don't want to take up too much of your time again preparing Cowboys versus Washington. Thanksgiving, get to play on Thanksgiving, and one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL. And so, good luck with that. Good luck the rest of the season. And I really appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Have a good week, Sean. Thank you.
All right, thanks. See you, Adam.
Bye.